Hi, I'm Doug Lockhart, and welcome back to the Blacksmith Shop. I'm putting together a series of videos for you to show you some different projects that you can make. I'm going to do as many of them by hand so that if you're just starting out, I want you to be able to know that you can do these projects by hand, and if you have more equipment, then you can also use that. But we're going to keep it as basic as we can. The first few videos that we've come out with have shown jewelry. Don't stick with me because we're going to do a number of different projects, all blacksmithing in here. I'm not saying that I do anything right or others are doing that wrong. I'm just going to show you the way that I do it, and maybe you can take from our video something that we're doing or I'm doing and apply it to a project that you want to do. So today's project is we're going to make a Ginkgo leaf necklace. My wife just absolutely loves hers. We're going to make, this is one that I made for her out of bronze, and I'm going to make today one out of just mild steel. Now we can use copper or we can use stainless, and I don't have any of that with me right today. And really, I just wanted to demonstrate making it a mild steel. You get a really beautiful finish either way. One thing that I'm going to really encourage is this, is make sure you have a photograph of a ginkgo leaf or any project that you're making. Make sure you have a reference to go by, because even though these are beautiful, in my opinion, I still need to make some changes on these, and I hope I can do it today before you. I need to make some changes to make them look a little bit more realistic like a ginkgo leaf. So we're going to do that today. I did pull up a picture on my phone. The material you're going to need today is just 3/8 round. It doesn't matter how long. The reason I have it this long is so that I can handle it without tongs. And I'm not going to talk a whole lot during this. There's some key points that I really want to bring out to you, make sure that you remember. And when we get to those, then I'll go ahead and mention them. But grab a piece of 3/8 round, start your fire, and meet me over at the forge. I'm using the coal forge today because it's a small piece. I have a big gas forge. There's no sense in firing the big gas forge up with such a small piece. I have a little bit more control and, with a coal fire, but I also think that a lot of you have coal forges. This is surely a project that you can do with the tools that you have. You don't need a lot of tools in this project, and just a few basic ones. We'll go over those. Spring fuller to start. I want to isolate about 7/8 of an inch. Now every ginkgo leaf is unique and different. That's why it's important to look up a picture. But these radius lines here all come from the stem, and you want to be careful not to smash the stem. But the photos I have actually come up more like this in a fan shape. Don't have these wings. I'm just trying to get some width here. So the other thing is they've got some unique, they got some unique dips and cuts in each leaf. Like each one has a different pattern. So I'm going to try two different things with my portaband, cut some notches in there before I do any more shaping. I'm going to cut these wings off, shape it a little bit, and then I'm going to clean this texture up. Remember, this is a pendant, so it's got to be very small. The other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I get right down in here with my file or my sandpaper and clean this up, because it's going to be hard to get to in a little bit. I'm working on two at a time. So here's the rough shapes, and notice that I cut the notches into them. I'm going to flare them going from this center line, and I'm going to start to fan this around and fan the other direction, and these relief cuts are going to be able to do some just natural things on their own. One thing that I'm going to use is a cross peen hammer that's pretty sharp. So this is the one I'm going to start with to spread the material as far as I want it to move, and then when I start to do the real fine texturing, I'm going to use a cross peen that's even sharper. We just really put that on the sander and made that a sharp edge. See how I fan from the middle that way? Now I'm going to go from the middle this way, and I'm just going to chase that thickness until it spreads. I'm going to clean up the texturing later. I'm not worried about that right now. All I'm going to do is just fan this and get the thickness that I want for a necklace. Now I have a uniform thickness throughout the whole thing, so I might just take one more heat and fan it just a little bit more before I straighten out the texturing. Keeping the floor warm. I chose this hammer. It's a little bit sharper, and it gave me a much better design. You want to make sure that this side of your hammer is stuck right in there beside the stem, and then you just pinwheel it around. You just wheel it around this way so that all your lines come off of that stem. Any place you might have a weird line that's like crossing one another, then just clean it up on your next heat and overlap it just to clean it up. I like this texture a lot. Wow, that's nice texture there. Okay, we cut them off about 1 inch. I cleaned this area up right in here pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is hold this end with the tongs, draw this out to the bail so that you can have a place to hang it with a chain. And I left about 1 inch, and it might be a little bit long, but I can always cut off what I don't need. I just want to make sure I had enough material for that. Look at how each one is different, because Just like in a real ginkgo leaf, each leaf is totally unique. This is a real delicate loop for the bale, so I want to get my hammer in just as close as I can right in here without crushing anything. Be careful on your hammer blows, make sure that they count. I'm going to draw this out until it's really fine for detail. I took a lot of heats on that because I want to make sure that it doesn't split and it draws out to a real fine point. I'm going to take one more heat and finish up that point, then we'll be ready to roll this into our bale. I'm going to switch my hammers and use a lighter ball peen hammer, maybe a pound. Gives me a lot of control and the handle's balanced real well. I need the horn. There you have it. I wire brushed it, put it on the buffing wheel for a little bit. I normally don't put too much finish on this jewelry because you're handling it, your oils, natural oils in your body will keep it from rusting. Could put a clear finish on it or an oil finish. So there's a project for you. Here's the one that I was making alongside of it. Tomorrow I'll finish it. It's getting late and I'm going to go up for supper. If you like what you saw here today, share these videos with people that are, anybody that you know that might be just starting getting into blacksmithing. If there's anything here that we can do to help, hopefully you can learn some things. Also, like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel. And next week, we'll have a new project. We'll see you then. Thanks. I'm finding that other blacksmiths are selling kits to the projects that they're making. So I'm going to start offering that too. If you can come in closer, I'll show you. To make our ginkgo leaf today, we used a 3/8 round, and here are 2 kits that I have made for your very own ginkgo leaf. I'll make more next week. So if you send me 32 cents in the mail, I'll send you this kit, everything you need to make that ginkgo leaf. Thanks for watching.